Today, I'm going to be breaking down the top secured cards for anyone that has bad credit. So if you have bad credit or you know someone who has bad credit, this is the video you're going to want to watch. I'll even be talking about credit cards that have no annual fees, and some even have what's called a graduation track, which I'll explain even further in the video. What's up, y'all? My name is Tomy Boboy, your credit and personal finance coach. If this is your first time on my channel, I'd just like to say welcome. Typically on this channel, I'm going to be talking about things related to credit and personal finance. So if you're interested in improving your credit and achieving financial freedom, then be sure you hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of my future videos. Now let's go and jump into the content. Now I went and researched all the different secured cards that were offered out in the marketplace today, and I found the top 5 best secured cards that you could take advantage of today. So I'm going to be walking you through all those secured cards and talking about things like interest rate, who they report to, if they have what's called a graduation track. And basically what a graduation track is if you're able to take a secured card and after a certain period of showing great payment history, you know, you're not missing any payments, you're paying down the credit card, things like that, then you should be able to graduate and be able to level up to a unsecured card. Typically what these banks will do is they'll move you to one of their lower tier unsecured cards, and then they'll just refund you back your deposit that you put in. And another thing, that's actually another thing I'll be touching on, is the actual deposit itself. How much you have to put down as a minimum for the deposit and a maximum if there is a maximum as well. So the first card we're going to touch on is the State Department Federal Credit Union, their Savings Secured Platinum Rewards Credit Card. Now this card is one of the top cards that I found. It's great. The deposit amount is starting at a $250. So you just put in $250 and you're able to use that card and you're going to be able to build your credit with it. Now, I did see that they have no annual fees, and I couldn't find much information about who they're actually reporting to. We know for sure that they'll report to one of the credit bureaus, but I couldn't confirm that they report to all 3. So if you're interested in getting this specific card, you might want to reach out to their sales department and get a little more information to be sure about whether they're going to report to the 3 credit bureaus, because that is always going to be the best option. You want to make sure that they're reporting to all 3 credit bureaus, and that way it can help improve your credit. It's going to show on your credit report and improve your credit for all 3 of those bureaus at the same time. In terms of a graduation track, this card is great because it's automatically going to graduate you after 12 months. So if you're showing 12 months of positive history, then they're going to automatically level you up to one of their lower tier cards, and you're going to get your deposit refunded. Now, since this is a credit union, they actually had one of the lowest interest rates that I've seen on the card. Now, I typically don't recommend that you carry over any balances month to month, but if you are in a situation where you need to use a card and you have to carry a balance, then they actually have an interest rate of 11.99%, which is one of the lowest you're going to see for a credit card, especially a secured card, period. Right? So that's one benefit of it. Also, the way this card actually works, one thing that I should mention is that whenever you're making that deposit, the deposit is actually going to go into like a savings account with them, right? So you're basically opening a savings account with them. You leave the money in that savings account, and so once they switch your card, it becomes really simple because they just give you access to be able to withdraw that savings, the money in the savings, or you can leave it there and keep gaining interest on that. So it's up to you. Another benefit is they do have a rewards plan or rewards program. They have what's called flex points. I couldn't see much information about how the points calculate in terms of dollar value, but they actually do have a rewards program. So if you are in a situation where you're going to be using the card and paying it off, using the card and paying it off, then you at least do have a rewards program where you can be able to get cash back. I believe they even do airline miles, things like that. So that's definitely a benefit for you. And the card number 2, it's going to be the Discover It Secured Credit Card. And this one, you have to deposit, it looks like a minimum of $200 to a maximum of $2,500. Okay. And the great thing about this, again, is no annual fee. You know, I used to in the past think that you had to find cards with annual fees, so it's always been good that now I'm able to find these cards where you literally have no annual fee and they can put you on some sort of graduation track. But this card is great because I was able to confirm that it reports to all 3 of the credit bureaus. Okay, so that's going to be a benefit for you as well. It has an auto graduate track, so this track is actually shorter than the State Department's Federal Credit Union card, as this graduation track is only 8 months. So after 8 months, then it's going to automatically upgrade you to their lower tier card. The one bad thing about this card though is if you're looking to carry over a balance month to month, they have pretty it's lower than typical interest rate, but still pretty high, of 22.99%. So basically 23% interest rate. So that's something that you want to keep in mind as well. In terms of the rewards program, this was the benefit of them as well, is they have a rewards program where you can earn 2% cash back on up to $1,000 in purchases each quarter. And that's going to be any purchases made at gas stations or restaurants, okay? And on top of that, you can earn an unlimited 1% cash back on all other purchases. And this is done automatically, okay? So just once you're swiping and using your card, they're gonna automatically give you that cash back. And another benefit, depending on when you're watching this video, they actually, as of June 2020, have just confirmed that they're gonna be matching your cash back dollar for dollar. So if you are interested in this card, then it's possible that you might be able to get that matching on it. But you do want to confirm, depending on when you're watching this video. I would go back to the page and confirm to make sure that they're still offering it. I'll link to this card and all the cards that we talk about today down below. So click on the link to be sure that they're still offering this this cashback matching program. And another bonus that is with this card is that they actually give you your free FICO score. Now, for those of you guys who have been on my channel for quite a long time, you know that I think that you should only be looking at your FICO score anytime you are trying to see what number you're at, where your credit score is at. There are other scoring models out there, like the Vantage score, which is what you're going to see whenever you're looking at your score from like a Credit Karma or things like that. But you always want to make sure that you're looking at your FICO score, because this is the same number that lenders are going to see. So if you're getting a car loan, a home loan, whatever it is, this is the score that lenders are going to pull up and look at whenever you're applying for these loans. And that's why sometimes some people might look at their score on Credit Karma and see that they have like a 700, and then whenever they check their FICO score, it ends up being a 650 or 600, right? So it's quite possible that your Vantage score can be quite skewed. So you always want to make sure that you're looking at your FICO score no matter what. And that's the great thing about this card, is they give you your FICO score. Unfortunately, it's only for your TransUnion, but at least you're able to get it for one of the bureaus, and it can help you kind of gauge where you are with your other two bureaus as well. Now, the third card is the Harley Davidson credit card by US Bank. This card has a deposit amount of $300 to up to, it looks like $5,000. Okay, so you have that range of how much money you want to put into it. Again, no annual fee on this card as well, and this card is going to report to all three bureaus as well. Okay, so that's going to be the big benefit of it. And it has a graduation track as well, but the graduation time frame is 12 months. Okay, so it is longer. It's just like the first card that we discussed. It's going to be a little bit longer, not as short as the Capital Discover card. This card's also going to have an interest rate of 33%, well 22.99, but basically 23%. So you want to make sure that you're not carrying over any balances month to month because of how high the interest rate is. In terms of a rewards program, they do actually have a rewards program. It's a little more stringent or strict than your typical rewards program. Basically, the way this one works is you get one Harley Davidson rewards point per dollar that you spend. I was able to calculate the value of the point was basically 1 cent per point. Another restriction is you can only redeem these points at a dealership or their online store. So you're not able to use it for any type of like cash back or any type of like airline flights, hotels, things like that. It's strictly just at Harley Davidson's dealerships or their stores. Also, you are able to get bonus points. So you're able to get a bonus 3 points per dollar that you spend at any Harley Davidson stores and sites. And also you can get 2 points per dollar that you spend at select restaurants, bars, and lodging. Okay, so I think with this card, you're really, if you do decide to go with this card, you probably shouldn't go for this card just because of the rewards points. Because the rewards points, it just doesn't make sense. It's actually more beneficial to get the previous card that we spoke about, the Discover card, because that you're able to get at least 1% cash back. Right? So it makes a little bit more sense. But if you are a Harley Davidson fan or you enjoy driving Harley Davidson bikes, then this card actually might be for you because you will actually be able to use those points more efficiently, and you actually will shop at Harley Davidson's establishments. Another actual benefit of it is if you really are into Harley Davidson, one thing you can do is by using this card for purchases, every time you use this card for a purchase, you actually are entered into a free ride sweepstakes. And basically what that means is it gives you a chance to be entered into a sweepstakes where you could win a free bike. So if that's something that interests you, then this might be the card for you. Alrighty, so that's going to be our first 3 cards so far. Again, guys, I'm going to put it down in the description below, the name or the URLs of those cards, the website you can go to be able to get more information and apply as well. So if you're liking this information so far, be sure you give us a thumbs up on this video. That way more people can see this video as well. And also we'll go ahead and jump into the next 2 cards, as well as I have a bonus card for you guys. So be sure you sit tight. That way you don't miss the bonus. So card number 4 is going to be the Citi Secured MasterCard. This one has a deposit amount of $200 or up to $2,500. Again, no annual fee as well. And this actually reports to all 3 bureaus. So that is one thing that's really great about this card. So you can expect to have it showing up on all your credit reports. Now, one issue about this card here, one of the reasons I don't really recommend this card as much as the other ones is because this one actually doesn't have a graduation track. Okay. So it looks like this card, even I was kind of looking off their own personal website, and they kind of had a few bad reviews about, you know, people saying that they had the card for 3 years and never missed a payment, always on time with their payments, and they still weren't able to graduate to one of the other tier cards. So that's one downside to it. So really, I'd say try to apply for one of the other cards first. And if you don't get approved for them, then you can apply for this card. And it looks like they also have an interest rate is a little lower than the previous card at a 22.5%, but still high nonetheless. And they also don't have a rewards program. So there's no way for you to earn any bonus points or anything like that. One bonus though that they do have is they give you your FICO score as well for free. But that's really the only big positive I see with this card, besides them reporting to all the bureaus, is they give you your FICO score. So in my opinion, this wouldn't be the first card I would apply to. It is still a very good card, but I wouldn't apply to this card first right off the bat. I would try to get one of the other cards we mentioned, or some of the cards I'm going to mention next. And then if I'm not getting approved, then I would jump to this one. The next card is the Bank of America Cash Rewards Secured Card. Okay, this card has a deposit amount of between $300 to $4,900, no annual fee, and it reports to all 3 credit bureaus as well. Now, the graduation time is a little, for them, it's kind of like really vague. There is a graduation track, but it's vague of the timeline. You know, they weren't really specifying how long it would take for you to level up to the next tier. So I can't really give you a specific deadline or date or anything like that, but they actually do have a graduation track. Okay. So it'd be kind of hard. Maybe if you talk to someone in sales, they can kind of give you an average or something, but I'm not seeing much information on my end about what would be the best route to go with that. Again, the interest rate is another standard 23%. So you can expect to you can expect to pay a high interest rate if you're carrying over debt. So I'd recommend, again, you don't carry any debt over. They do have a rewards program, a pretty good rewards program. It looks like you can get 3% cash back in specific categories of your choice. So you can choose between gas, online shopping, dining, travel, drugstores, or home improvement / furnishings. So I'm more than likely guessing that it's like you get to choose every quarter or every 6 months to a year. You get to select what category you want to earn the 3% cash back on. You get 2% cash back on any grocery stores and wholesale clubs. So wholesale clubs will be things like Costco, you know, other stores like that, Costco and its competitors, things like that. And you get unlimited 1% cash back on all your other purchases. Okay. And also, I do want to clarify with the 3% and the 2% cash back categories, you only get those on the first 2,500 in those categories. So whatever category you choose. Okay. Then it switches to the 1%. Okay. But nonetheless, it's still a pretty decent rewards program. Also, another bonus is they have a free FICO score as well. Okay, so you're able to get your FICO score to help you get an idea of where your score is at before you apply for any type of loans and things like that. So now the bonus. This is another card that is really good, and it's actually at a good bank as well. This is the Navy Federal Credit Union in rewards secured credit card. Now, for those of you guys who know about Navy Federal, you know how great of a credit union they are. You know, they really try to help you financially. So if you're able to qualify to get into Navy Federal, then I highly recommend that you do that, and then you get this as your secured card. I think this will be the top secured card if you're able to get in that bank. Top secured card out of all of these that I talked about. They have a deposit minimum of $200. They have, of course, no annual fee, and they report to all 3 credit bureaus. Now, this is the most impressive part about this card as well. Okay, so this is how their graduation track works. It's kind of like a staggered process or a tiered process. Now, first, the first tier of it is after 3 months, they're going to boost your credit limit above what your deposit is. So if you put a $200 deposit, after 3 months, they're going to increase your credit limit to above that $200. Okay, without you having to add more to your deposit. And then after 6 months, they're going to review your account, and then they'll make the decision to upgrade you to an unsecured card. Okay, 6 months is probably the fastest that I've seen personally, and I think it's definitely the fastest out of all of the cards that we've talked about today, that I've talked about in this video. So I recommend that if you can get this card, this would be your best bet to be able to quickly get to an unsecured credit card. Okay, and interest rate is 18%, which is much better than the majority of the cards I talked about today. They do have a rewards program. They didn't say much about it. It was really just one line on their page. They just said, you know, 1x points per dollar spent. But guys, with this card, I wouldn't even be worried about the rewards points, because you're going to be able to, in 6 months, level up to another card. And they do provide you a free FICO score as well. Okay, so that's the great thing about it, guys. And again, the reason why I really wanted to touch on the graduation timeline is because if you're graduating with the majority of these cards, whenever you're graduating, it's not going to close out that credit account. Right? Typically, if you have a credit card and then you shut down a credit card to open another one, you're going to have that account closed. And so you're not able to keep that trade line open, right? Or that credit line open. And so the great thing with these graduation tracks is typically what they're going to do is they might switch your card, but on your credit report, it's still going to show as the same trade line as you had, or the same credit line as you had when you first started and that card was a secured card. They're just going to switch it to an unsecured card, and most likely on your credit report, the name of that card is going to change, but it's still going to be open. It's still going to count as being open since when you first got the secured card. Okay, so that's always the benefit. You want to try to find cards that have a graduation track if possible, just to make your just to have a longer credit age and grow out that credit age a little bit longer. And guys, that's going to be pretty much it for this video. If you found this information helpful, be sure that you throw a like on this video so we can get this video out to more people. And also make sure you hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss any more of my videos. Now, if you're in a situation where you are looking to improve your credit, I have shot a lot of other videos breaking down exactly how you can go about fixing your credit. Things like handling any type of collections accounts, handling foreclosures, handling repos, bankruptcies, things like that. I've even shot a video that tells you step by step how to fix your credit. So if you're interested in something like that, I'll link it down below in the description. And that way you can take advantage of those videos and be able to start working towards improving your credit even faster. Alrighty, so that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next one.